With MatPat's theory that the Blob doesn't have any souls in it as we all thought, and is rather being controlled by something else. Don't worry, I'll explain what Agony is in a bit if you don't know. It got me thinking, why do other animatronics also don't have spirits and are just possessed with agony? Today I'll look over some of the clues that might help us answer that question, finally find out what Shadow Bonnie and Shadow Freddy are, and possibly solve how Glitchtrap was born into existence. Okay, so what even is Agony? Well, Agony is a really strong emotion of grief that has recently played a big part in both the FNAF and book universe. Basically, in the books, the scientist named Phineas collected objects that were near tragic events, like weapons used to murder, and found that these objects contain the substance of agony. Agony is basically an energy that affects the environment around it. Phineas believed that injecting agony into a body, especially one with artificial intelligence, would make it come to life. These agonized objects are able to come to life and are fueled by pain, mystery, and suffering, so you can probably imagine they're not really the nicest. They're absolutely ruthless, they want to wreak havoc, cause suffering, and they're not afraid to kill. In MatPat's theory, he indicates that the Blob is a being without a soul that is alive due to the agony that the FNAF 6 animatronics left when they got burned down, and by it stealing their body, or at least pieces of it, the agony of a bunch of the old animatronics we know. Before I tell you what animatronics I think are possessed with agony, we first have to differentiate how objects possessed with agony and how objects possessed with a soul behave. Okay, well, in the FNAF universe, it's not really referred to as a soul, it's called remnant. Objects possessed with remnant can feel, touch, and they're smart. Remnant can only be extracted out of a body through fire, that's why we see it so many times in the series. And objects with agony, like I said, they just want blood, and the only way we've seen how to get rid of them is by reminding the agonized being of happy and peaceful memories. Also, sometimes I think when an agonized object has an intelligence, like it's programmed to do something specific, it still can go against that. So it does what it's programmed to do, but only in like an evil, twisted way, any way to cause trouble and blood without going against its code. Like, I'll come up with a better example. Let's say I have a device programmed to wake me up at 8 AM and say inspirational and motivational quotes, but then agony gets injected into the machine. The machine would still probably wake me up at 8 AM, but instead of saying happy and uplifting quotes, it would probably be saying mean and rude stuff about myself, you know, wanting me to commit die, but like by my own decision. Man, that probably looks like something that would come out of a FNAF book. The evil agony alarm that makes you kill yourself. Oh wait, no, they did that already. Oh. Well, now that you know how to distinguish them, who's possessed with agony and who's possessed with remnant, it's me, if you don't click that subscribe button. In all seriousness, this channel is brand new, so doing just one click on the subscribe button would seriously make my day. You can even unsub later if you change your mind. Okay, well, first let's rule some out. Well, for FNAF 3, it's confirmed that Springtrap is the remnant of William, and the phantoms are hallucinations caused by the ventilation system. So no. FNAF 4, I don't know what that is. Sister location, the animatronics were specifically meant to capture remnant, and baby is Elizabeth confirmed too, so. Pizzeria Simulator, same people, and the puppet's also the soul of Henry's daughter. So what are we left with? Let's start with these, the possibly agonized. First, the reason I didn't rule out these four is the FNAF 3 minigames, specifically the ending you get with them. See, in FNAF 3, if you play and finish the game through normally, you get the bad ending, in which you can see the original FNAF 1 animatronics heads with some of their eyes lit up, symbolizing that they're still possessed since you didn't put them to rest. So if you start a new game, and this time glitch the minigames, gift cake to 5 different children, and finish the game normally, you get the good ending, with none of the animatronics' eyes lit up. People think this means that their soul, their remnant, is set free. But wait, didn't I say earlier that the only way to get rid of remnant is through fire? It just doesn't make much sense. FNAF 3 takes place in the same place as FNAF 1, just made into a horror attraction and made all creepy. What if when William dismantled the animatronics and the spirits were fully exposed after presumably thinking they killed their tormentor is when they were actually set free and moved on, but the agony still remained and was spread around the objects in the pizzeria, now horror attraction. It could make sense that the arcade machine we play the minigames in is agonized, and by glitching it, giving them each cake, and reminding them of happy moments, we can make the agony the objects and the animatronics held vanish. Afton also died a really tragic death in the same place, so it could make sense that his agony could have also been transported into the arcade machines, and that's why we see this glitch Bonnie walking around. I know this contradicts a lot of stuff, that's why I put them in a possibly maybe with the FNAF 2 animatronics. FNAF 2, the reason we are told they're coming after us is an error in their system seeing us as a threat. I could could see them being agonized, but really, where would the agony come from? I'm not really sure about these, but I feel like it was worth pointing out so you guys can draw your own conclusions in the comments. But now this is what I'm really excited about. What I think are most certainly agony beings inside the game. We finally have an explanation for these guys after so many years. Like maybe the baby plushies and Plush Trap. Although I'm not really sure if they're actually canon, but like Chica's Cupcake, Balloon Boy, the multiple endoskeletons we've seen, and maybe even two of the most mysterious characters in the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise, Shadow Freddy and Shadow Bonnie. So if the Shadow animatronics are most likely agony beings, where did the agony come from? Shadow Freddy is just literally Golden Freddy but retextured. This could either be the agony from the bite victim after having his head crushed by Fredbear/Golden Freddy and taking their form, or an old popular theory, although it's classified as their soul back then, the agony of the workers who died to a spring lock failure inside of the suit. Personally my favorite. But with Shadow Bonnie, yeah, he's kinda weird. It's literally just Toy Bonnie. Well, unless Toy Bonnie has a secret agenda or something that no one knows about, I really don't think it makes much sense for this agony to take the form of Toy Bonnie, but also with extra teeth. It's really confusing. Speaking of creepy bunnies with secret agendas, Glitchtrap is a thing. Glitchtrap never sat right with me, but now with this agony concept that we've been introduced to, I think you can finally tell how this thing was created and what it is. And Help Wanted, that well, if you didn't know, is a game that exists inside the FNAF universe. By listening to the secret tapes a playtester left, we learned that after the company making the game got hold of all the animatronic circuit boards with code that could help them save time and money, after presumably scanning spring traps, glitch traps started appearing. I've seen a lot of people say that William's soul was in the circuit boards, and when it got scanned, his soul was also inserted into the game. But wait, what? How? With Ultimate Custom Night, we learned that although Afton's soul isn't being let go, it's being tortured for eternity by Cassidy, the vengeful spirit. Some even said that his soul was split into pieces, and that's how there's different Afton souls in separate places, which, oh god, I really hope soul splitting half is an actual thing. What I think makes much more sense is that this is an Afton. This is an Afton soul. It's some of the agony that got into the circuit boards, created from being tortured, killed, and put back together over and over and over again, taking form. I mean, we've seen this before. William's agony taking form of a glitch purple bunny instead of a video game, only now that he's more conscious and intelligent due to the enormous amount of agony created. Also, out of topic, I know this is controversial, but Security Breach might just be one of my favorite games in the franchise. Click here if you want to learn why. Thank you for watching. Feel free to comment down below what you think I got right and wrong in this crazy theory. Also, thanks to Toast for the inspiration behind this bed. He's a really cool person. Okay, bye bye.